Yeah. Let's get this party started right.
Right.
Are we on?
We're on.
I don't even hear anything
We're
anymore.
on.
That seems like is that a glitch or is
In
that
the
some new?
Matrix.
Okay, so let's start with a little gratitude. I'm grateful that we're in here. I'm grateful.
Yeah.
I'll just start off right out the gate, not even
Do it.
taking a breath. I'm so grateful for these shelves.
Oh, yeah.
By the way, thanks for getting that. Thanks for getting that up. I'm
Yeah.
grateful for the birds sleeping with the window open. Like I really thought about this. I'm so grateful that I can hear that. The weather's getting nicer, and I'm grateful for Murphy's Oil.
Wow. This is great. I'm grateful you guys are back for another episode of Plantspiration Unplugged, where John and Stefanie Ignapo, the founders of the Plantspiration, of Plantspiration, a nonprofit that we educate, motivate, and inspire people to go plant-based for their health, animals, and the planet.
That's right. People know us for losing 250 pounds, as a family, reversing a slew of our own chronic diseases. And then now we're reaching and teaching people all over the globe how to stop dieting and start thriving.
Seriously.
Because I think that's what we're doing in here. We started a podcast because we were like, we should talk about how first it started off like, let's just talk about the plants and,
Yeah.
this is what it does. But it turned into more of this is what we're doing
Yeah.
with our new life.
Totally. What are we doing with our new life? With Murphy's Oil? Grateful for Murphy's Oil. Wow.
Oh my gosh. Look at my sweatshirt's back because I read, you know what? I think you guys are going to like this. It's just a little tip.
Is it a
I
hack?
read in a cleaning tips hack, like somebody was talking about Murphy's Oil and how it gets out stains. And, people were like stains from like 20 years ago.
Like the
And
floor cleaner
the
stuff.
floor cleaner stuff. And then it says oil in it. So my brain was like, wait a minute. Should we be putting this on our clothes?
Well, we're going to find out with
It
something.
works awesome. So I
Really?
didn't want to get rid of the sweatshirt. I loved it so much, but it had this, oil on it from body oil, not oil that I actually eat. I don't put that
maybe
in me.
Putting some in the car, possibly.
I do that too. So anyway, it worked like a charm, and I'm so excited. I just ripped through a bunch of stuff and was like, this had a little stain, this had a little spot, this
Nice.
happened. So I'm just saying, we're not sponsored by them, but this little
Not yet.
but this I'm just saying, try it. I'm grateful for that. And
That's awesome.
that's how I got there. But my week, how was
Yeah.
your week? My week was great.
My week was good. It was a week like any other week. It
What
had
was it?
7 days, and
You didn't even say what you were grateful for.
I'm grateful you guys are back for another episode.
Okay. That seems.
No, I'm grateful. I'm grateful Isabel came by. That was a surprise.
It was a surprise. Our daughter.
I'm grateful for a lot of things. I don't
Yeah.
want you guys to clog you up with everything I'm grateful for. Jeez, we'd be here forever.
Yeah, exactly.
'Cause
So Isabel
I'm
came
grateful
over.
for everything. See,
That was a surprise. That was a great way to end the week that she surprised us. She's
Yeah.
busy. She lives farther away,
farther than I'd
farther
like.
than I'd like. And I was on the phone with her. She tricked me. She got me good. She likes to surprise us.
That was hilarious.
So I'm on the phone talking to her about my big girl meetings. I was like, yeah, and then this, and then this, and I'm talking, and I hear her ordering like two drinks from, I don't know where it was, Starbucks, Dunkin' Donuts. I don't know what was going on. And I'm like, oh my gosh.
She's got some studying to do.
Well, she keeps talking about studying. She's almost done. She's in the final part of it. And I hear her order these two drinks, and I'm like, geez, I don't want to be judgy. Maybe she's just going to.
She got a lot of studying.
She got a lot of
maybe.
studying to do. It was early in the afternoon. It was like 1:00, and I was like, maybe she's just going to power down. Geez, but I didn't want to say anything.
Well, yeah, no doubt. Hey.
So next thing you know, I hear her say, "Could you get the door?" And in my mind, as I'm like, "Oh yeah," and then this, I said this, and she said this. The meeting that I had just had, and I'm listening, and she goes, "Can you get the door?" At first, I'm thinking she's walking out of an establishment and she's asking somebody to get
When
the
has
door.
she gone into an establishment?
I don't know, but just
It's drive
the
through.
last thing I would think about was that she's at the front door.
That was freaking great. I'm so glad I got that. We got that ring thing.
That was
We got
ridiculous.
that recorded.
Did you hear? I sounded like a seal.
Are you here?
It was ridiculous.
Are you here?
Well,
oh my God.
I was on the phone with her. She
That was
totally-
great.
It was funny.
That was awesome.
I like those
So
feel-good
glad
moments.
you got that recorded.
I got a bike. I got some more cycling in.
Nice.
That's just somebody who I am.
I know you come in here and you're like setting up, you're going to do a plank.
I wanted to make my plank come back after that whole back thing.
Yeah, no doubt.
Like that took me out for a month of not much zero activity. I was so guarded with everything. So I started last week and I was telling everybody in the group, I said, here, we're just going to start something. I'm going to start a plank before I do these lives every week.
Yeah.
And I want to just build my number back up because
You were like over 4 minutes.
I was over 4 minutes.
Yeah.
And then I didn't do it because then once you get there, you're like, okay, I did it. I'm done.
Yeah, see?
I'm somebody who can plank. Why am I talking like that? Because you're wearing this?
It's not my fault.
What is this?
Well, what do you mean? I'm an active guy. Isn't this active wear? What?
Are you kidding me right now?
Okay, I'm going to run field and track.
You don't run.
You're right.
You play guitars.
No, I could wear this to the track.
You could. I mean, so I did the plank. I'm great. I'm grateful for that.
Yeah,
I could do that.
awesome.
I felt, and all I'm trying to do is get my, I keep doing a stopwatch and I'm just trying to get it back up. So the first one I did after a long while, I was actually surprised. I got 2 minutes and 3 seconds or something. I was like, yeah, as long as I can improve that was great. So just now I didn't push it because I want to give myself room to grow.
It's 2 minutes and 38 seconds we're at here, folks.
Right before.
Is this the new countdown or count up?
Maybe. Because by the time we're in here next week, now we're YouTubers.
Oh,
Because
we are. Thank you guys.
Yeah, we want to say thank
guys
you
are
so
awesome.
much. This is why I was telling John, get the shelves up, get ready.
Yeah.
Because we are on the way with our 100,000 follower silver plaque from YouTube
Yes.
to Plantspiration.
It's the subscriber plaque
It's
award.
a subscriber plaque award.
It's a
so
major award.
that's why I was like, you better get some major shelves up in here because we got to have it put down somewhere.
All the way from Fragile.
Your week. I talked about stuff.
Come on.
What is with you today?
I
You're
don't
just
know.
in a
It's
great mood.
Yeah.
I mean, not that you
I'm
aren't
just
in a
living
great
life.
mood.
I don't know.
Yeah.
What should I do? How do I act my age? Like, what is that like?
I don't think we go by that.
No.
You
feel
have been, when you talked about your week,
Yeah,
you've
I
been
didn't.
you've been going, it's amazing what you're doing.
I didn't.
You're working.
Yeah.
Hold on. Sorry. What are you going to say?
Yeah, I didn't talk about my week. I mean, that was the best part. Grateful. My grateful was Isabel coming over.
That was great.
That for sure.
And,
And my week, I just been playing my guitar more. Straightening up the basement.
this is,
We got a little. We're getting a band back together.
can you believe it?
Yeah. No, that's cool. We're gonna do a little jam night. Yeah,
Look at that shift right
that's
there.
pretty cool.
Because you used to say all the time, I don't have time. I don't have time. I don't have time. You used to
But
say it all
really,
the time.
that's all you have. So
Okay, but
you got to use it how you want to use it. Really.
besides that part, like the identity of somebody who we're going to talk a little bit about identity because
Why? Because I'm wearing these clothes.
there's just a
Clothes
lot.
don't change your identity.
It's just there's more going on here. So anyway, you are doing the guitar stuff, and you used to always say you were somebody who always said, "I don't have time for this. I don't have time for this."
Yeah.
And I asked you this morning.
It was
I
like
said,
full work mode then.
It's full work mode now.
I know. I don't understand it. Let's not push it.
Let's not. I'm just saying, you're now somebody who you keep saying, I have this commitment to listen to my guitar stuff, play my guitar stuff, practice my guitar stuff.
Yeah, why
now
not?
you've got friends coming over. They're playing guitar. I love all of this. This is who you've always leaned towards, things that bring you joy. But you kept saying, I don't have time for it. But what I think is, let me just say this while we're here. I think I'm just going to go out here and on a limb. I think that you have more self-confidence with your guitar playing, and you know how much time you've been putting into the practice that now it's like, let's just get together and jam.
Yeah, we need to do that. I'm excited for it. Yeah, I just like playing it.
I can't wait.
Yeah.
Isabel will be back too, so it's going to be a good time.
We're not like the Three Musketeers.
No,
or
but I'm
anything
excited. You're down there getting it all ready. Like the basement, the whole gym area looks awesome. That's why I'm like, hey, it's time to get down there and start working out. Is that what we're doing here
Like
today?
that. Yeah, come on, man.
Also,
I've been doing that.
True.
I've been doing that.
Also, this week, great news. So this was another big thing. This week, all over the feed, we talked a lot last week about what's in your feed and what you see. This week, what I kept noticing was the American Heart Association updated their nutritional guidelines.
Wow.
Right? Great information. So for everybody here that doesn't, that might be new here, that doesn't know, you can prevent and reverse heart disease, diabetes, autoimmune, most chronic conditions that are influenced by the standard American diet and the standard American's sick care system. Did I say that?
Yeah. So
they're bringing out, they're rolling out all the information once again that, not once again, but we already, how do I explain it? Finally, the American Heart American Heart Association is recognizing that people who are on a plant-based, whole food plant-based diet have a greater outcome and success for preventing and
any cardiovascular risk.
Yes, like that.
Yeah, way lower.
I'm over here like, and we've got people that can reverse.
I mean, just in time to make sure it could be like shown in the pyramid, the food pyramid.
Wow, isn't that crazy? Yeah, it's like
like they just put out the information.
Don't say a swear.
I didn't. They just put out the pyramid, and now we're gonna. Well, actually, there should be plants more up at the top there. Like
people should be eating more plants. We know that, but here's the deal: information alone isn't doing it.
No.
See what I mean? Information alone isn't doing it.
For sure.
And I know more than anybody because I learned this a long time ago. I think people are stuck in the diet mind, how did I say this? People are, it was my identity. So this is what I mean by it. Like it was my identity and that's what I see. I see that that's just what happens. I learned how to diet early on, and this is what I continually hear over all the years that I've been doing this. And I think if you're listening right now and you're here and you found us because we lost 250 pounds and we teach people how to lose weight and feel great. I mean, it seems as though everybody says, or almost everybody says, I grew up with a diet lifestyle, Weight Watchers, Slim Fast, Jenny Craig, Nutrisystem. I mean, now we've got GLP-1s. I mean, it is one of the largest industries in the world is diet culture. So not only do we have all this information that says you can prevent and reverse disease, I see that everybody, no matter what, if you've got all the books on whole food plant-based, if you've been through all the programs, like what is going on is, I get it, I was stuck in the diet mentality. Yeah. And this just changed everything for me when I started eating more and breaking that identity. Whereas before, it was a whole nother story. Yeah. I was I would even start my,
your speech, you would start off.
Yeah, we would do these talks and I would have the slideshow and I would always start off with, and I still will say, well, I used to be a professional dieter. Yeah. I mean, who can relate to that?
I mean, that's just right on. We were all grown up in the same system of systems. And that's one of it. Yeah.
Like even when I met you in your 20s, you were younger than that. We were dieting all the time. The Slim Fast was a big thing. The Diet Cokes and Tab and all that. Oh my gosh, we're aging ourselves now.
Those potato chips that make you poop.
lean on the toilet. Like I was like, no, I'm not doing that. I had enough problems early on.
Even McDonald's, I remember they had like a McLean sandwich or something like that.
Marketing. Marketing. And marketing isn't designed to get you to, it's designed, all of this is designed to keep you there. There is no, here's how, we can't live and maintain 1,200 calories to survive. No. That's the problem.
The dieting system and all of that is not set up for achieving your goal.
No, it's set up to
failure.
It is. It's set up to
because there's some other net that's going to catch you on the way down. You might bounce into the keto net or the this net or any diet that's out there.
Well,
you're caught in a web.
It's actually a loop. It's actually a loop that we're caught in. I used to, as a former professional dieter, it was always this mindset of restrict. So I would wake up and as long as I can remember, wake up, starve yourself, restrict, you know what I mean? And then by the time dinner came or any food came in front of your face, you ate it. Then you shamed yourself because you blew your diet that you woke up to thinking that you were going to accomplish today. Yeah. Then the shame comes in. Then it's, I'll just start again tomorrow.
And you get another dopamine hit of starting fresh.
And
starting
that right
over,
there is a
right?
dopamine hit.
That's it.
It's such a dopamine hit that we almost get into that loop of, well, I'm just somebody who diets. I just start over every day and I'll just find a new diet and I'll find another way to do this. And now that becomes that overtime predictability, automatic, and now your identity.
Yeah.
You're just somebody who diets and who starts over. And that's all I did.
Rolling through life. That's like a perpetual motion of that cycle, like you're talking a wheel going down the road. Like
it makes sense, doesn't it?
Over and over. Yeah. For sure.
It's all I knew. And I mean, and it was early, and it is a lot of times what I hear early for other people too. And I am not shaming. No. I am not blaming anybody for how we learned it or who we learned it from. We obviously learned it from growing up, but my own parents didn't know, because that was something, I mean, you're getting fed junkier food. I remember Burger King coming in down the street in the like 70s or early 80s, maybe it was. I bet you it was probably early 80s.
2-3 blocks away from you.
It was 2-3 blocks away.
You could smell that coming your way.
And I remember my parents would come home from Weight Watchers with Whoppers with the bun off the top. So right there, it was like, we can't eat bread.
Yeah.
It was immediately ingrained in my brain. In your whole life, you wake up and you start repeating these loops, but that's not sustainable. That's not realistic. That's dieting.
That doesn't work anyway.
Look at how dieting is spelled. D-I-E.
Yeah. E. Yikes.
D-I-E. Diet. I don't find that to be a coincidence, because when you're on a diet, you're not going to be able to sustain it. Right. You're not going to be able to prevent and reverse disease with this kind of a diet.
You're going to kill yourself trying to get healthy.
You're going to kill yourself trying to get healthy. And like I said, no blame, no shame.
No, not at all.
And I don't want anybody blaming what they learned.
I'm sure this resonates with a lot of people. Are you kidding me? The diet cycle is there. And that's what really gets you. You start eating the plants and everything, and it's like, your brain is not, like your sensors are off. Once you get that fullness feeling in your stomach, you're like, oh my God, I'm fat.
There was
that's fiber, and that's fuel, and that's what your body needs.
It's something
we
that
reprogram the sensors.
The sensors are off. The societal cues are off.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? You're not like just seeing people eating more healthy foods and preventing and reversing disease, because I'll remind everybody, there's no money in that.
No.
There's no money in that. That's not what everybody's out there selling stuff for so they could sleep good at night.
Well, no. I mean,
that's what it is.
People charge what they charge, but is it right? We don't know.
Dieting was something that I just did every day of my life. And I knew it was trickling into my kids. It was just going to keep repeating. And that was my structure. That was my goal every day, was to diet. That was my identity. That was my dopamine. So when you mentioned, once we started doing this, and I see this and I hear this in the community or people that I work with time and time again, once you stop dieting, I know it was like I lost my identity. Who am I when I'm not dieting? Who am I when I'm not chronically sick? I talked about that last week. Who are we when we're not chronically sick? Who am I when I'm not dieting? Because that was a whole nother level.
Yeah, I mean, really, like psychologically, that path just ended now.
Monday was not a fresh start Monday.
Where am I going? Yeah, what?
Monday wasn't fresh start anymore. It was, I'm already doing this.
Damn.
I didn't need a new plan. I didn't need this time is going to be different. It was all of a sudden, this was just my life and it was working. Now what?
Yeah, exactly what happened then. I mean.
Well, you tell me. I went from being a sedentary, couch bound, only walking up the stairs once a day, no drive, no ambition. I thought being funny was going to disguise my discomfort, my pain, my problems, all of that went away.
I mean,
I didn't stop being funny.
Yeah, you're still funny, but you're not like falling down drunk funny.
No, that's not me anymore.
Yeah.
Well, I don't need that.
That wasn't funny, I'm thinking about. But
it wasn't then. It was, I thought it was then. That was my identity.
Yeah, that was to
just
to get through it. Like, you had to put on this funny facade to cover the pain.
Think about the way that we've been going over the documentary. We're getting down to it. And one of the beginning lines is, I was the funny fat girl.
Yep.
Well, that's not my identity anymore, but I lived that my whole life. I'm going to say this, I spent 50 years trying to find myself. Now I'm spending the next 50 being myself.
Nice.
And I am not a dieter.
That is awesome.
I'm somebody who's living. I'm somebody who's fit. I'm somebody who does planks.
Yeah.
I'm somebody who rides my bike 20,000 miles. That's just outdoor miles too, by the way.
Oh, yeah. Oh, God.
What is, that's what I mean.
Cranked. That's a lot.
I had to find that shift of who I was. And that was some new paths.
That was like figuring out who you are. I mean, it's not just that easy,
No, because before we were addicted to starting over, we were addicted to the results of, I starved myself for a day and had some light cottage cheese and some tuna. Like that was like successful in our mind.
Yeah, but like you didn't really think like this time's going to be different. Doing the same things.
What do you mean?
Just doing the same things.
Oh, we were
starting again on
Monday,
freaking just going through it like that was.
The hard part was stepping out of my identity of a dieter and being somebody who actually starts kicking ass, starts getting on a bike, starts a podcast, starts a business. These are my new goals. Instead of starting over every Monday, I had to start something new, which was you or me. That just rhymed. But I'm saying to everybody out here, like, start something new, like start being you is what I had to find, is who I was.
Yeah.
And then on top of it, not to throw this all into the hook, but then you had to watch like our whole life change with like the kids moving out and like everything just kept changing. And that's when I realized you just have to go with the flow and find your way through it. Or like what you said something kind of, you had this profoundy line. Did you write it down?
I didn't, but the profound, what was it? Like the best years of your life, the best times of your life, maybe right now, and you just don't even notice.
Yeah, we really didn't think like that before. Now look at this shift of how mindful you are.
Yeah, what the hell? Who am I?
Sending me text. That text you sent.
What did I say?
Like, your smile is like the sunshine. And I just was like, what?
I don't know. Sunshine remind. Oh, that went to you? That text? Oh, snap.
I think I even opened it and I was like, what is that even? I was like, wow, he's.
Oh,
what were you thinking? That was so nice.
I was just thinking, I don't know. It's just so nice.
That's what I mean. We're more in the moment. We're more, back to the whole American Heart Association breaking out the new guidelines.
AHA, that's our aha moment.
Literally.
Aha, plants are better for your circulatory system.
There's enough information out there being talked about.
Every system.
Constantly. From the diets to the weight loss drugs to more diets to then now more information. Now let's talk about the information. The information, this is why I love what we do.
What?
Because we have taken the information and we're not just in here talking about it, because I think everybody here knows by now you can prevent and reverse disease. Yeah. Okay, we've already established it. The studies are out. Everything's great. You can do that. This is where people are actually integrating it. We're integrating
applying the information.
We're applying it. We're doing it. We did it. We
did
it.
it. You learn it, live it, love it. That's how it is.
And that's what everybody's doing over here. And it's just been, if I could wrap up my week, I think that's been awesome. Watching that, seeing that, hearing that. That's my new identity.
Heck yeah.
I help people prevent and reverse disease now.
Let me tell you something. And it's way more than the food.
Can't wait.
How we've been talking about. And I see it in the Plantspiration Health Report. Like people are just talking about their life and how great it is and the things they're doing, you know?
That's what I mean.
It's not like, well, I got on a scale and this happened. Either good or bad. I mean, neither way, you know?
They're not people. They're seeing the shift too, and I work
They're
a lot
focusing
around
on
that
their
identity
health
shift,
and not their weight.
and not the diet.
Oh man, yeah, it's so much more than food.
And
that's what I mean.
You see the impact it makes when everybody's together and they're realizing they come in here thinking that it's going to be some diet.
Right, but that's why this is different. I mean, because if you're doing it on your own, you think something's wrong with me. Like, you know what? Like,
I did. I was
just with the community. I mean, you see other people doing it. And it's just the support is amazing.
Well, and they're hearing over and over again, it's not the food.
Well,
it's
no
not
doubt.
just the food.
It's the tools you're teaching them to deal with everything else that life's thrown at you, really.
Well, we've been through it.
Mm-hmm.
We've been through it. It's like this life is not going to stop lifing, and no diet is going to keep me in this loop of I'll start now and this is my dopamine, and then fail, then shame, then start over Monday. So that's a whole. I switch people over to what brings you joy. Yeah. We just need to switch over to the things that bring us those feel good feelings. The real dopamine.
That's an uncomfortable spot. You know, it's hard to do. So you don't do it on your own. You get into Plantspiration and we'll get through it together. No, it's freaking awesome though. But you can't just flip a switch though. You know, that's the whole thing. Everything, how we've been brought up is just like, wow, what?
It is not just us. Yeah. I mean, it is, but it isn't.
I think this is the parallel universe they're talking about. Like, there's another one right there next to it. Yeah, there's one eating this way and this one really feeling what healthy feels like, you know, just eating plants.
Yeah. I mean,
once you don't feel like inflamed and
that's a big deal. Well, and people aren't used to that.
You're coming back to life. You're just getting blood flow to more places of your body, and you're just like, I got energy.
And you hear people constantly talking about, I know what it feels like to feel good. And then it's a little different, you know, and then there's a little bit of a loop because it's just a habit. It's just been ingrained in us from day one to diet. So to step out of it is... When I look at it, this is a strange story, but it's a good way to, you know, what I'm thinking about, right?
Not at all.
Like the tarantula. I had a tarantula as a kid, and I would see it like crawl out of its skin.
Oh, yeah. There you go.
And it was a very great analogy of what this felt like to crawl out of not just my body shape, because I didn't just lose
not
weight.
Literally, but
I didn't just lose weight. Like I changed my whole body. I went from like an to I can't believe it. To an athlete, I would say. Like I'm athletic now. Crazy. So it's like watching the same thing and watching people make this transformation. It's a very similar experience from how I see it. It's like they're stepping out of this old identity, this old skin, and they're stepping into a new one. And they're just not getting stuck.
Right.
They're moving out of it. And and it can be a very scary feeling. Yeah. And I understand that.
And it's not like it's going to be like this amount of time or whatever. It takes however much for you. It's not a comparison thing either. However long it takes for you to shed your skin, I guess.
Everybody's journey on this highway to health and wellness is a little bit different. Mm-hmm. I mean, like I said, diet culture didn't just give us food rules. It gave us an identity built on who we are. So when we stop dieting, I'm over here. Mm-hmm. I'm over here. When we stop dieting, our brain starts saying, wait, who am I now? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So there it is.
There it is.
Now we just get people to turn it around.
I know. And for me, I wasn't like always looking for a diet. I always wanted to do something with my health, but I was just like, and angry about things. And like, I didn't have the time to do anything, even feed myself correctly. Well, I didn't know how.
Don't you think that took a toll on your self-confidence?
Yeah, for sure.
You couldn't be as fit as you wanted to be. Mm-hmm. You couldn't be as healthy as you wanted to be or energetic as you wanted to be. And then we're just looking at life like this impending gloom and doom.
Yeah, like my confidence over the years just kept getting knocked down.
So that's where I just started turning it around. I started looking at, instead of looking at my identity as somebody who was a professional dieter and that this was doom and gloom, I flipped the switch and started thinking about my success story rather than my death story.
Oh, wow. Whoa.
Yeah, right. That just flew out of my mouth.
Deep. What is that again?
I started thinking about my success story instead of my death story.
Wow, that's powerful right there.
Well, it's the truth, because
No
that's
doubt.
what it was like, doom and gloom, another doctor's appointment, another sickness, another anything like that was my identity. That's what I knew. That's all I knew.
Man, that's like driving through the fog too. You don't know where the hell you're going to end up or...
I didn't know where I was going because there was no like path highlighted in front of us like you're seeing here of like, this is what it looks like when you switch over to that identity of we're not dieting anymore, which is what 80% of America is doing.
Yeah.
What are the numbers on that? We talked about that.
Actually, yeah. Let me...
Because I just want to explain this. First of all, you're not stuck. You're not broken. You're in a system designed to keep you in a diet loop because that's where the money is at, honey. That is where the money is at.
Totally.
So it's something like 60%, 50% of women are dieting.
50% of people in the half the country is always trying to
lose
diet,
weight.
Trying to lose
They're
weight.
actively trying to lose weight. And we are not just talking about losing weight over here. We're talking about reversing disease, preventing disease, actually living longer, adding years onto your life. You can do that.
Heck yeah.
Keep going.
Without dieting too. And then there's
literally
70%, 75% of women are dieters. There's
True.
no doubt about it.
It's very rare. I've met somebody, I've never met anybody who said I've never been on a diet.
No. And it is definitely calculated 60 diets in a lifetime you'll go through.
I've definitely done more than that.
Geez Louise. And what's the success rate?
90 to
Not
90.
much.
It's like 80 to 95.
95% fail.
We're watching it happen. We got an
95%.
obesity epidemic. Yeah. We've got the leading cause of death is heart disease. We have all the right information out there to do, but that doesn't go with, I need to stop dieting and start
thriving.
Thriving.
You get to a point, then it's like, okay, I'll head back to Weight Watchers and go at it again. Maybe it's something.
John,
you always feel like you did something wrong.
So many people, including myself, fall back into even doing this. Yeah. They fall back into the Weight Watchers because they're so used to that structure and that checking in, which is checking off dopamine markers.
Oh, yeah.
So it's not uncommon that I see this, and it's nobody's fault, but it happens all the time that I see people revert back to using the Weight Watcher stuff and the points because it's a sense of control. It's a sense of an identity that you've been. I have control of this. You get dopamine when you cross off your little, but that's identity shifting is what's going on over here. That's why we're seeing so many people finding joy, finding the things that bring them joy again, the real dopamine. Not the dopamine of this cost $3,000 to join. Yeah. You have to do this so you get your money's worth. This is a different dopamine. Yeah. This is a finding you dopamine.
Yeah, this is like the real deal.
The real deal. And it's working.
This is the golden nugget.
I'm watching it happen every week. People are more consistent. They're calmer. They're not spiraling. They're not starting over. We just had such an amazing week, we heard. So I think we should get to the health report.
The health report would be amazing.
Are you ready?
I could be, yeah.
What are you thinking over here?
No, that's fantastic.
I'm loving the outfit.
The health report. What about the outfit?
I feel like we should work out.
Hey, I'm not going to talk like that or whatever. I'm not from, New York or nothing.
Don't say that.
I'm from Chicago.
We watched too much
I got the shoes.
Goodfellas, okay? That's all that was.
These Adidas, I think, were made for the Bears, don't you think? I haven't taken these off since I bought them. It's
that
been
is not true.
6 weeks.
Those are your indoor shoes like Mr. Rogers.
They are so comfortable. It's like marshmallows. You don't have to bend down and put your feet in it or nothing. It's only like a slipper because you slip your foot into it.
You're on a roll today.
I'm telling you.
Let's get into the health report, which is literally brought to you by these Plantspiration members who generously share this anonymous information so that they know that they're inspiring you, by the way. If you're listening to this right now, this is what's going on over here. These people are directly responsible for the impact of people actually changing their life, saving their life. People aren't dieting over here. They're thriving. They're learning how to get it down. Great.
That's right.
I love your...
Hey, I got the full gamut on here today.
All
Adidas
right.
head to toe.
That doesn't even match.
It doesn't matter.
You don't go here.
It's the same name.
You don't
Same
even-
name. Doesn't need to be the same color.
Okay, true.
Well, anyways, the health report, people are kicking butt.
Yeah, let's
right.
hear about it.
We're going to talk about all the energy that they have. It's amazing.
true.
I mean, I just hear from a lot of people, but
Really?
Yeah.
Let's hear it.
a lot.
Let these guys
They
know
got-
who are listening in. We're proud of it. This is why we're in here talking
Well, I
about
didn't tally up. Well, 47 people said this and 39 said it, but energy is a big, big thing. Always is. I know it. That's what I talk about.
Yeah, we're all getting older.
Because I was, I'll tell you what,
That?
15 years ago or whatever, I was like trying everything when the energy drinks were coming out, coffee, trying to get my energy. It just didn't happen. The energy was in the plants
It's true. It's in the not dieting.
and not in the animal. I just changed. I just replaced it. It's not diet.
No, it's nourishing. Like, this is the bottom line. These diseases, all these metabolic diseases, are because of nutrient deficiencies. And we're talking about the big F word, fiber.
Fiber.
One of the biggest things. And like, again, the information's out there. Now let's integrate it like these folks have done.
Heck yeah, they got, I mean, that's great because they're getting better sleep. They're noticing, even without a scale
huge.
win, looser clothes
Always.
and getting smaller clothes. They're like,
Yeah.
how can this happen? Well, I'll tell you why, because people are working out more. They have more
Yeah.
energy.
Yeah.
So they got to move. Like, man, I can't just sit
I
here.
know
I got to
how
do
that
something.
is.
It's amazing. We got people, the consistency of prepping, having some food ready, what you're going to eat, the safety involved. You just feel good.
This
You
is what
got
they're
a
writing down in the
plan.
report.
Yes, you
This
got
is what
a
I'm talking
plan.
about. I don't see people tracking lives changed out there, but we are here.
We are here. Heck yeah. People are lowering their A1C.
Boom.
Like, that's recorded with tests.
There it is.
People are, because of that, people are excited for their next doctor appointment. Like, oh, wait until you see these numbers.
It's true.
Yeah, right?
Look at the confidence that's going
I
down over
know.
here. I love
Seriously.
this.
I mean, people are noticing a lot less bloating, less aches and pains. They're loving the community support. They're using the tools that Stefanie shares with all of them.
It's my job.
Heck yeah.
I couldn't keep all this to myself. And, all we see out there is a lot of views, clicks, recipes, information.
Right.
I want more people to see these tools, to have these tools.
I know.
This is where they're integrating them. They're doing it. This is their new. This is their life.
Seriously, and speaking of views, like we're almost at 1 million views now, and I'll tell you
That's
why,
true.
because people are going back and watching past episodes for more inspiration. Okay,
That's amazing.
they say your enthusiasm is contagious.
What can I say?
I'm telling you, they're crushing it at
We're not-
2,560 pounds.
Dang!
Dang.
I'm not surprised though. Can I peel that back a little bit? Like, I'm
Yeah,
not
let's hear it.
surprised. Listen, we're not just here to
2560.
entertain you. We're here to change your life. 2560, is that what it was?
Yeah, I'm here for a little entertainment. Come on.
No, it's true. This is why we built this differently. This is what I get to say to everybody, and I'm going to say it right here, and you can mark your words. This is the last program you're going to join.
Oh, for sure. And it's actually, mark my words.
Oh, is it? What did I say?
Mark your words.
That's what it is. Sometimes
That's
I
you.
get that stuff
That's
backwards.
okay. I love it.
And it just works really well. It just works really well the way that we have this set up, because I don't want this to be about pressure. I want this to be about ownership. This is when people are making these changes, because I don't want you doing something because you paid for it.
Yeah, like, paid like, shit, man, I jumped $1,500 on this program. I got to get this done in 6 weeks or something like that,
Because that's how people stop when it ends. That's another whole dopamine
I
hit.
know. Well, that's just it. That
There's a whole
this
nother-
is just a whole new life. Nothing is ending. Nothing is coming to. This is totally sustainable for the health of you and the entire planet.
Well, it makes you feel good when you're feeling good. And this is why whoa, I just knocked this out. This is why this environment matters, because like we said last week, think about this. We were lucky enough to have our family doing it with us. It was us and the kids. We had it around us. That's how we knew the environment mattered when you're around it and you're seeing the winds around you.
For sure.
This is why there is not a lot of environments out there that aren't dieting. Everywhere else it's dieting, restricting, cutting back, weighing in, failure, start over again, try harder, more willpower, more white knuckling it.
Wow.
I mean, when I'm clicking through, you just need this recipe, you just need this information, you just need to integrate it.
Yeah.
And we'll
exactly.
show you
You
how.
just need a plan, and that's it.
Plantspiration. That's how
right.
that worked. That was
well,
great.
yeah, totally. I mean, because this right now might be those best times of your life that you don't know you're living through. You're going after a new you.
Well, and then
like the final shedding of yes.
If you're here, and maybe what I hear you saying is, if you're here and you're recognizing that we can make these changes, like this could be the best time of your life.
Yep.
And I started having the gratitude towards that. Like, instead of shaming myself, I started realizing, wow, look at what I can do now.
Yeah.
If there was a mistake, it wasn't like, wow, that I suck at this, you failed again. I started learning, you know what? I'm just getting better at this, like practicing the guitar.
You know what? We came in, well, I expect better out of me on the guitar, but we came into this really in the beginning with no expectations.
With what, this podcast or the diet?
No, the diet, the lifestyle, all of that. Not like thinking like, this is it. This is the final. It
was another diet when we started it.
This was another diet. And then it quickly was like, wow, this is way more
than a diet.
We started peeling back that onion.
Because we realized
there's a lot going on.
Something we were stuck over there.
Yeah.
Is that what you were going?
Yeah, and it's not just the food, and it's not really you. It's
the environment, the feed that you're getting, and that's what's happening over here is everybody's seeing this new feed.
I put my brain on a diet. I shut the damn news off for a bit.
It's true.
I'll get my headlines and then I'm out. I ain't dwelling on it.
It's not like that. There's a whole different identity. We're not running on that dopamine. We're not living on it. I'm not avoiding my problems, and distracting it with this. And that's a lot of other things I learned. Yeah, you know where I'm going. It was a way, what I've learned for myself, this dieting, this identity, it was a way, staying stuck in that. This is going deep. I get into this more one-on-one with people. But sometimes we stay stuck in that identity because it keeps us safe. It's what's helped us cope. That dopamine in the morning of I'm going to start Monday, that's really easy to avoid your own issues. Or your own stuff or stuff that, you default right back to that programming.
And that's how the system is going to program you like that.
That's why it's so hard to get people to take the information that the American Heart Association has put out and said, hey, we've got more profound evidence that if we eat more plants, you could, beat cardiovascular disease. Now that you've heard it, now you've got to look around you and see all the people that aren't doing it.
Yeah.
And you've got to look at all the doctors that are going to tell you that's not going to work. Yeah. And then you're going to listen to more news and more information that say you need more medicine. Yeah. And that information about the American Heart Association, that's just a flippant bit of information that seems uncomfortable that you'd have to change your whole life to do, is what they've got you thinking.
Exactly. Well, the whole thing, when you do, you think like, oh, I got to give up this and I got to give up that. And oh my gosh, change is scary, but it is so worth it. Rewarding. What a great
Nobody leaves the gym and goes, that sucked.
Jeez.
I did something good for myself. Nobody eats a fruit and a vegetable and goes, well, that was terrible.
Unless somebody cooked it crappy.
That's true. That's why we got this all down. You get in here, we're going to teach you how to turn it around.
Told you, I'm here for the entertainment.
Dieting gets us stuck in this whole binge eating, weight cycle, metabolic disruption, even psychological stress is what this is all related to. The more you diet, the more diets you've been on in your life, the more likely you are to get stuck in a diet.
Wow.
Mentality.
Seriously.
That's what this is really. This is what we're turning around. This is why I'm breaking diet culture.
I was there. Whatever you were doing, I'm like, yeah, do it. I want to lose some weight. I want to get healthier. The diets over the years is just.
It's over.
Oh man,
It's over. We
It
did
is
it.
over.
We did it.
I know, because
Like,
I
that's what
remember
I
the
mean.
last thing was revisiting Weight Watchers,
Oh,
because I was
got a
like,
stack.
the first day, I'm like, I was done the first day. I'm like, this is stupid. I'm not counting anything.
I know. But now look, the only thing we're counting is wins
The only thing I'm counting is more life I'm living.
and new identities of people just leveling up over
Counting
here.
my
And I'm really
blessings.
proud of everybody. And this is what I think I'm going to say as we wrap this up. Ready to wrap it up?
Yeah.
Because what a great day. We're so grateful to be here.
Yeah.
If you're ready to figure out who you are when you're not dieting, because everybody has ingrained that I know that I'm a dieter. I start over on Monday. I suck by Tuesday. I will join Weight Watchers on Wednesday.
Man.
You go, I mean, this is an identity
Yeah.
that we want to break with
And
you.
you know you're going to just go crazy over the weekend, starve
It's a
yourself.
holiday. It's a
Oh, I got to
birthday.
weigh in tomorrow. Hey, well, you want to go out to lunch? Actually, no, I got to weigh in tonight.
That's-
Oh, okay.
It just happens.
You're on starve day. It's
you're-
just a loop.
If you're ready to figure out who you are without dieting, come do it with us.
That's
I say
right.
we let these guys get out of here. I'm ready to get on my bike. I'm ready to slay it with you guys
Nice.
today. Don't forget to drink your water and text somebody you love. And thank you so much. And like, subscribe, share. You like what
Yes.
we're doing in here? We like what we're doing in
Can't
here.
wait till that plaque comes, the
Next
100,000
week.
subscribers.
We did it.
Nice.
Thank you.
Thank
Keep
you.
liking.
Thank you,
keep-
guys.
Yeah, we couldn't do this without you.
That's right.
Over and out.
Over and out.
Eat your
Peace.
plants off.